Hey, we're back here with Alex
from
Fregerio. Fregerio. Sorry, I could not pronounce that name.
It's a hard one. Yeah.
So we are here. Alex is here from Taste Buds Kitchen as we finally have our cooking segment.
Yep.
And so what are we doing today?
Today we're going to be decorating the gingerbread house.
Nice.
So tell us, what are some of the misconceptions that people have when building a gingerbread house?
Well, let's see. Some of the misconceptions people have is that you have to make your own gingerbread. Gingerbread can be a little bit tricky. A lot of times it comes out too soft for a house because usually when you build a house you want to display it for a while. And so if you make a traditional gingerbread cookie, which is a little more moist and really great to eat, it can fall apart over time. And then secondly, the frosting is really important as well. You want to use meringue frosting that has a lot of egg whites in it and a lot of powdered sugar. And that hardens, and that allows your house to stay together and all your candy and goodies to stay on.
So is it the egg whites that help it cement? Like, because it's a bonding agent for a lot of cooking? I'm trying to sound smart. Right?
Yeah.
No, that's exactly it. Yeah. You can buy meringue frosting mixes that you just add water to.
Yeah.
But
So
then what it is just egg white and confectioner's sugar and then some sort of lipid usually so that it doesn't get too hard and crack.
And so how would you recommend to start out a gingerbread house when decorating?
When decorating, I usually recommend starting out with the roof because it's the largest surface. And you can see I did one side ahead of time and I used shredded wheat as the shingles. But I left one side blank as well because I figured you guys would want to try out some of these techniques and I wanted to leave you some canvas to work with.
Go ahead, Noel.
I know, I'm going to try it out. Okay, so he said
Let's put a couple windows in.
he recommended it to start from the top like this and then squeeze down, right?
Yep, so if you pinch it right at the rubber band with your thumb and index finger and then kind of squeeze with your other three fingers, it'll squeeze the frosting from the top of the bag out the bottom.
Okay, perfect.
And you do this kind of stuff with the community as well. You guys are an education. So the Taste Bud Kitchen, which is where you're from, you do education classes. You teach people how to cook and do this kind of thing.
Correct, yeah. At Taste Buds Kitchen, we offer cooking classes for every age from 2 to 99.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So when did you guys start? Because I know that you're fairly new, right?
Yeah, we're just approaching our 3rd month of business right now.
That's awesome.
So yeah, we opened at the end of July, and it's been a great run so far. We've had a lot of kids through the kitchen.
Nice.
That's awesome.
And do you guys offer like summer camps or weekly specials and stuff?
We do, yeah. We offer workshops every week for young kids 2 to 6, which are parent and child. We offer camps all summer for kids ages 4 to 13, and we break them up. They're young kids in the morning and the older kids in the afternoon.
So what can you tell Noel, like...
any recommendations?
Well, no, so...
This is not as easy as it looks, you guys.
So far you're doing a great job. And if you ever have lines that don't look as straight as you want, you can always place candy on them to kind of cover it.
That's what I was kind of going to do, just do some...
So do you put the frosting on the gingerbread before you put the item on, or do you put it on the item and just stick it on the gingerbread house?
You know, either one would work.
Okay.
Yeah, you can put it on the back of the candy and place it on there, or you can lay a line of the frosting down and then place the candy over the top of it. It's pretty thick stuff, and it hardens within about 5 to 10 minutes to where the candy will really stick. So it works great for whatever sort of things you can imagine to put on there, and any designs you can do. And
then where do you get your gingerbread from? Do you make it? Do you buy it?
You know, we buy our gingerbread from
an
online company called CK Products, and it's just because we go through so many gingerbread houses, and sometimes we'll host events that have up to 20 people, and so to make that much gingerbread would take a long, long time.
Yeah, nice. And so what's your favorite kind? Do you like building gingerbread people or building gingerbread houses more?
I prefer the houses.
You prefer the houses?
Yeah.
Okay.
I worked in the construction industry for a long time, so this kind of gives me a chance to get back into that and lay some shingles down and build a foundation. So yeah, I really enjoy the houses.
Do you, with your education, do you use a lot of like construction metaphors?
Yeah.
You got to lay down the foundation.
Lay down the foundation, sir.
Yeah, I think with the houses, it's important to kind of use some of those metaphors. And practically speaking, for instance, when I did the shingles and used the shredded wheat, if you stagger them as opposed to putting them all in a row, just like real shingles. It gives it kind of a better look. So.
Yeah, if you guys check that out. It's pretty sweet. Yeah, that's great over here. Ah. Yeah, so this is what he did. That's awesome with those little fence down there, and then I'll show you guys my side. I don't know. It's coming along.
It's looking great.
Scott, do you want to try?
Yeah, sure.
You want to trade spots? Okay.
I'll just hand you the
Yep.
remote that changes
The
our
remote.
cameras.
Yep.
From close
Okay,
up.
so now this is Scott's attempt.
Alright. Pinch up here.
Yep, just pinch right up top at the rubber band.
I'll
Just
put
kind
it
of
a little more
squeeze
center.
with your other 3 fingers.
Okay, I think that'll be a good shot right there.
Yeah. And so this time of year, around Halloween, we do haunted gingerbread houses.
Okay.
And then as we get closer to Christmas, we'll start doing traditional Christmas gingerbread houses all through December.
And then, so what does a haunted gingerbread house look like?
Well, as you can see, there's pumpkins and candy corn. We use the green frosting. And then we use these cookies and some black gel to make little RIP tombstones as well.
Nice.
Yeah. But really the kids, I mean, they come up with all kinds of great ideas. You know, I'm fairly creative, but the things that the kids come up with in the kitchen always kind of amaze me. So I'm really excited to see what kind of haunted gingerbread house ideas they come up with.
And so, how many classes a week do you guys have?
You know, it varies, but usually we run at least 2 classes a day. We run 3 adult classes a week. Whenever schools close, we run camps. So every week is kind of different, but we run usually between 5 to 15 classes a week.
That's awesome. And so what age range are you seeing most of?
Our most common age range we see is around 4 to 10 because of the summer camps we offer that are 4 to 8-year-olds in the morning and then 9 to 13 in the afternoon. But we also see a lot of really young kids that are between the ages of 2 and 5 that come in for our parent-child workshops.
Oh, fun.
And we have a lot of adults through as well.
That's awesome. And so what's a parent-child workshop? Can you kind of tell us about that?
So in the parent-child workshops, these are the young kids, like I said, usually 2 to 4 years old, and they come in and they make either pizza or cupcakes. We have a lot of different classes we offer. And the child sits at the table and does all the mixing and making of the recipe, and the parent sits right behind them and kind of helps out. And usually takes a lot of pictures.
Thank you. Yeah, I bet. That's awesome.
But it's really nice because my wife and I, we have a 3-year-old who loves to cook, and anyone who ever has cooked with kids at home knows that it's a lot of fun, but it's also a lot of cleanup. So at our kitchen, you come in, get to have all the fun of cooking and enjoying the recipes, but then when you're done, you get to leave and we take care of the dishes.
Yeah.
What made you transition from construction to cooking?
I have an education background. I graduated from U of M in 2008 with an English degree.
Oh, cool.
And so I've been out of teaching for a while. I love to cook, and so this was kind of the perfect way to get back into both.
Well, and there's not really anything like this in Missoula either. Like, the Good Food Store does some cooking classes, but there's none.
They're also a grocery store, too.
Yeah, they're also a grocery store, but there are no, like, cooking places that are, like, tailored for children or even at all, I feel like. Yeah.
No, it
Just
was
kitchens. Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely something that, like I said, as a parent, we could tell this was something that Missoula needed and that people would be interested in.
Yeah, and you said that you guys have been really successful in the past 3 months?
Yeah, so far it's been
awesome.
great. We've had a ton of kids through. We've ran a lot of great events, and so it's been really good.
That's awesome. That's great. And so where can people find more information about you guys?
They can go to tastebudskitchen.com, and all our classes are listed on there, and you can register for all our classes, and you can always call us at 616-BUDS as well.
Okay, and then where are you guys located?
We're at 131 East Main, just a block off of Higgins.
Awesome. Awesome. Was there anything else you want to tell us about gingerbread making?
Any like techniques that you usually like to use?
You know, nothing in particular. I always just emphasize for people to squeeze from the top down, and if you can keep your motion fairly consistent, it can be a little easier to get those nice straight lines.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And if you're having flow problems, you can always cut the bag a little wider, and then it comes out a lot faster.
Yeah, and then so for people that may want to do this at home, where can they get these ingredients?
You know, you can always find great gingerbread recipes online. I would just recommend that people bake them a little longer if they're going to make houses, because that way it's a little harder and firm. And then there's always meringue recipes online as well, or at the grocery store they sell pre-made frostings and usually gingerbread house kits as well.
Perfect. Great. Well, thank you very much.
Hey, thank you.
Well, and you guys heard it here. Alex from Taste Buds Kitchen. We'll be right back after